In today's handyman project, I am going to be uninstalling this Craft-Made Hugger ceiling fan with a 1996 generic Hugger ceiling fan. Now, this one, the bearings are shot, and I need to test the other fan. This fan right here is not a total waste, but I am going to just take this fan down because the bearings have to get replaced in this fan anyway. The bearings in that fan I'm going to be hanging up, those are already replaced. But the generic fan I'm hanging up, that I think has the better mounting system that I will actually prefer, because this one right here, one thing I really don't like about these older Hugger fans is that they use bolts and screws, and you have to kind of hold the fan until it's totally. I'll have to unplug the power. Should not have any live voltage when working with stuff, but this one right here, you have to hold the fan and work at the wiring at the same time. So the mounting system in this fan is just, I'm not particularly fond with that, but this fan's still a good fan. I mean, it's a cool 90s ceiling fan, and I like the spotlight kit that it had, but it's been up here for a little while. I think it's time to change it with that generic fan that I just fixed up. And I am doing a replacement video on that, the procedure of the bearings. That one wasn't actually too frustrating until I got to the part where it's getting the mounting bracket back on. I couldn't find the right bolts, but I kicked around in the shop for a little bit, and I finally found the bolts that I'm looking for. So now I'm gonna take the wires off of the light, and I'm just gonna put the screws back in because I don't want to lose any of them. And yeah, I'll set this aside, and then blades will come off. There's 2 screws per blade, which I hope this installation can be done quick, because I really do need to get better at getting stuff together and all that stuff. So, and I've also had the ceiling fan, that antique brass 1996 generic Hugger, for quite some time now, and I think it's really time to get it out. Okay, and then the other ceiling fan I'm going to be hanging up is a 4-blade ceiling fan, so I'll have one less blade to work for too. Okay, let's see if it's still recording. Yes, it's still recording. Yeah, my new camera is great. The other one I had, that one could not handle quite a bit of storage, but the camera I'm using right now, it can handle quite a lot of storage. I don't know why, but it just can handle quite a bit of storage. So yeah, that new camera was a great investment. But the fan that I'm hanging up was only $8 at a thrift store about an hour away from my house. Or actually, quite frankly, 2 hours away from my house. I just really like that. I just really like going to stuff far, far away. You know, I'm not even a true adult yet, but I like to go to places. Yeah, being 16 really is quite a fun age, because you can go to places, be alone, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, here we go. Got the blades taken off, and now I'm going to take these screws off of the motor housing. And I was thinking of just getting the electrical box redone because I'm not exactly fond with the pancake boxes, which when I take the motor housing, I'm pretty sure you're going to know what I mean. And it's because there's only so little room. You can put the wiring up and all that. It's just really not, it's not practical, you know? Okay, yeah, I forgot the mounting bracket was big on this. Okay. And yep, this has the wiring, or the stuff that I really do not like, but I'm going to see if I have the correct size bolt with me. These are usually 7/16, so... Okay, well, I hope that I have the right size, because... And if I don't, I'm not going to cut this video off just to delete that part. I'm going to have to deal with a couple minutes of wonky footage. Okay, well, this is a metric size, but these are working pretty good. You know what? This installation may not go as bad as I thought it would be. I thought this would be a real disaster, but doesn't look like it is going to be. Come on. Oh, okay. Well, the bolt's still up there. Okay, now we're gonna... And then when we take out the final bolt, we're probably gonna have to hold this right here. This is also why these can be a little bit to be a drag. All right, let's do this. And at some point, this wire is going to break. Which is one of the reasons why I really do not like this electrical box. Because the wiring is more than likely going to break. Okay, well, that uninstallation wasn't too bad. Huh. Well, I think I got it done. Yeah, I got it done in less than 10 minutes. Hopefully that the... Okay, of course the flathead's not going to fit. Let's see if this screwdriver's going to fit. Yep, this one fits okay. I mean, when I say okay, I mean not very well, but it's going to work. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, like I said before, I want to get this electrical box replaced. But that's not something for today. Once I get this fan hung back up, I'll consider it. But for right now, time is of the essence right now, so I'm just not going to do it right now. Okay, I have to find where the mounting bracket is. In fact, here. And what I like about the most about this seller is that they actually wrapped everything pretty nicely. So you don't have to go down hunting for screws while you're trying to hang the fan up. Because, you know, every fan collector experiences this. It's really quite annoying. A screw just got into a box. It's okay, one screw is not going to be horrific for a test. But, you know, trying to look for a bunch of screws is really quite annoying and a nuisance. Okay, so yeah, the mounting bracket is like this. I like these a lot better. That's what I like most about this mounting system, is because they're much easier to work with than the other mounting system, like what the most vintage Hugger ceiling fans have. Yeah, it's unplugged. It's not gonna... I always get nervous working with wires like this, but I have to trust reality. Okay. Yeah, I really am not liking how this wiring is. I'm always fearing that the wire is just gonna break. I mean, if one of the hots is broken, oh well, but if it's the neutral wire is what I'm worried about, because if it's a neutral wire that broke, I really can't test this. I definitely do not want to have to make this a part 2 video. I want this to be a 30 minutes or less video, and then hopefully I can be done for tonight. Okay. And I guess in the perfect world I would have removed these before. All right. And there's one of these on the mounting bracket of the that's already attached to the motor, but we'll remove that. Okay. So this is the motor that I just fixed. I'll get some junk off of there. Here is the information in case I didn't show them in the initial checkout video. It's a model number H42 series. It's from 1996 with 2024 bearings. I bought them in when it was still 2024. Okay, so there's no ground wire up here, so I'm just gonna cap that off. If I have a good sized wire nut, of course. This one's full of oil. It's from another vintage fan, but it's gonna work. And so the black wire, which is for the fan motor itself, will be connected to the black wire. And I'm doing this, I'm kind of doing this, kind of being reckless with this, because I know that this is not a live circuit, but if it's live, pay more attention. And I'm gonna trim this wire because it's a little too long. Should have no exposed copper showing, because that's of course a health and safety issue. Okay. And then the white, go with the white wire. And okay, that's not gonna come out. And oh, this one's not stripped. This orange one is not stripped. Okay, well, that's fine. We can strip it. That's one nice thing about these wire strippers right here. They're not too much of a drag. That's really quite convenient. Okay. Yeah, I'm not liking the way that connection is. Okay. Yeah, this is a smaller gauge wire than the rest of them. Okay, that's not going to come out. All right, so now I'm going to coil and tug these wires up to the box. They can just be with the mounting bracket. That's totally fine. You don't want these wires to be in a pinch condition either. If they're in a pinch condition, that could cause a short, and you don't want that. In fact, just for safety measure, I'm already going to get the meter on one of these outlets because I really am not liking the way the wiring is. Okay, well, we know the wire. Okay. Yeah, everything's turned off of the switches, so should be able to have accurate readings. And then, yeah, we just okay, well, yeah, I was saying all about this before of this mounting system being pretty good. Now it's making a fool out of me. Okay, well, these connections, just for a test, can be like that. They're not going to go out on the motor and make annoying sounds and make a fire hazard. That's not going to happen. That will not happen, I promise. But if this was in a regular installation, I would not do this. But at the same time, in a regular installation, I would have had a better box because I do not like these pancake boxes. I installed this pancake box up here in 2022 when I did not know much about stuff, you know? But now I know a lot more about stuff, and now I wish I would have put a regular box up here. Like, the reason why I have a pancake box here is so then, because this other fan is on a full-size electrical box, and that to make it go lower to the ground so it doesn't make any collisions. That's why I have the pancake box here, so the fan can hang a little bit higher. But now that I know much more stuff, now that I'm older, I'm now realizing that I can put a full-size box. I just have to get one of those side mount things to screw onto the wood. So, yeah. Well, this was pretty easy. I give this mounting bracket a 10 out of 10 as terms of ease of installation goes. Usually I find these Hugger fans are really quite a nuisance to install, but this one wasn't too bad. Okay, and then I'm gonna need okay, well, before I do anything else, I'm gonna make sure that there's no contacts with the ground. Okay, well, looks like everything's safe. Good. Over here is a little bit of a pain in the butt because I have a bunch of stuff in the way. I have the bench in the way. Everything else is in the way, but okay, not so bad. I got that one screw in there. All right, well, good. Yeah, the motor was pretty easy to get up. Now we're going to take these screws off so we can put the blades on, which there's only going to be 4 in this case, so should save a couple extra seconds. Although a couple extra seconds is not much. We also have a nice light to put up here too, with some shades, but to be honest, for now, I just want to get the motor with the blades installed because the light doesn't really affect the motor much. It really doesn't affect anything at all. Just it's really the blades that affect it because it's adding load. All right, so here's what the blades look like. If you didn't watch that video, they're nice stencil blades. That's gonna look nice. I love stencil blades and cane blades. What's sad is that they don't sell them anymore. And I've talked about this many times on video before. I'm really starting to feel old because I used to see cane blades and stencil blade fans all the time back in my youth, but now as a teenager, I'm really feeling old because I don't see those anymore. But unfortunately, that's kind of the power with time, unfortunately. And that screw just got into the box. Again. Alright, well, I'm not even going to bother with the washer at this point. I'm just going to get this fan installed. It's going to work. And all the parts are going to be there. Besides, I don't know what that washer even does anyway. But, you know, no one's bulletproof, you know. Okay. All right. One blade's on. I'll put another blade on. I should really have gotten Phillips screwdriver. They're much easier to work with, especially because you have a Phillips option right here. Okay, so it's still recording. Yes, good. I deleted some videos on there before, so it should still have another hour of film left. If it does, then I'm going to be kind of outraged, but this camera right here, I'm telling you, is a good camera. I think I've said this earlier in the video, didn't I? Now some of you are getting sick of me doing that, of me talking about this. Alright, good. We're halfway done with the blades. Alright. But you know what? I was talking about that I lost the washer here. You know what? The majority of the screws are missing a washer. But that's really not quite a big deal because it's just holding a blade. It's not holding a bunch of force or anything. So it's not really a big deal. And you know what? In all seriousness, you're supposed to be tightening these blades up every couple of months anyway. Because it's better to tighten these blades every month than to go super tight and never tighten these again. Because if you go super tight, you could be stripping out the threads, and that's just not any good. Okay, what's the problem here? Okay, I was just misthreading. You know what? Yeah, these blades can be tightened up, but I'm not going to do that right now. I really just want to get this hung up and show you guys this fan working. I'm pretty sure I did make a video about the fact that the motor still works, but the bearings in this fan are spoiled. The bearings in this fan are really, really spoiled. They're Craft-made ceiling fan bearings. The fan I just took down, that white one, before I just put this fan up. That one, the bearings are loud, but the fan is still as usable. this one is not, this one right here, I'm telling you, this one right here, that was pretty much not usable anymore. All right, now we have the light to put up, the globe, then we should be done. And also put up light bulbs too. All right, this is what the light looks like. Pretty similar to what is on the Chathams. I would have preferred, since this is a 42-inch fan, I would prefer a single fitter light, but it's not a bad light. Regardless, it still looks pretty cool. Okay, I did not get all the strands. Goof. Yeah, these wires are not the original ones. These are replacements because, to be honest, the wiring is going to work the same. Alright. Well, now we've got the white to the white, and the orange is going to go with the black. Okay, if I can find a wire nut though. That's junk. Okay, hopefully I can find another wire nut. Can't hold this up forever. Yeah, I don't want that line coming loose. Let's see if this one will work. It's a bigger size. Oddly enough, this one connects just fine. Okay, have to get that capacitor up there. And then... oh wow, there's a lot of wires in this thing. Okay, well, I just gotta find some screws that'll work with this light. I know you're not supposed to be doing this, but I'm going to just use the old screws. Yeah, they'll fit. They'll fit at least for the test. Yeah, I don't understand why there's so many, but I mean, I suppose it could be my fault too, because when I got this fan, there were a lot of wires coming out of this thing from the factory. But as long as this fan works, that's really all I care about right now. I just want to get this installation done and over with. Okay. And then this. This was like the third screw I'd lost. Well, we'll see if another one will work. No, this one's not gonna work. I can't waste all this time looking for a screw. I know this is an ugly color. I don't care at this point. I just want to get this done. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do a couple more turns of this screw because this screw's not the curt. Actually, I'm gonna look in my toolbox to see if I have one that'll fit. Well, here, I have a Phillips. We can get this down all the way. All right, well, that's it with the wiring. I'm going to do one more test with the meter to make sure we don't have any shorting out happening. Nothing worse than anything shorting out. Okay, hot and neutral looks good. Hot and ground looks good. Neutral and ground looks good. All right, well, there we go. Now we're all safe with the wiring. That's all done. And I know there's supposed to be shades for this, but they're in the mess somewhere. Or, let's see, do I have the original shades? I know I had some shades somewhere. Question is, where did I put them? I was cleaning in here before. Okay, well. I can't find them. I am not gonna. Actually, are these it? No, that's not it. At this point, I don't even care anymore. I just want to get this done. But the demonstration video of this fan will have the shades. Okay. All right, well, let's see. I'm gonna put these color bulbs in here, but all right, well, let's take a test. Okay, well, the GFCI is still tripped. And there it is. Oh, it's going the wrong way. Ooh. Well, commentary on that. Well, we know the light works. Actually, I'm going to start up on high. It's pretty quiet. Man, this is really slow. It's not throwing a whole lot of air either. You know what? I'm gonna just plug this up with a kilowatt meter. It's quite loud too. All right, let's see here. Plug in the kilowatt meter. All right. So only pulling 0.32 amps. But if this is as fast as it goes, I'm going to think it's probably a capacitor that's gone bad. Actually, it's throwing pretty decent air. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of variance in speeds either. Well, I'm going to go to the store. I actually have a capacitor tester I can test the capacitor with. I think I'm going to have to take the light kit off. And I'm going to have to get a replacement capacitor for this fan. But the main factor is we know the motor works and we know the light works. But there's obviously probably something, unless if this was a real cheap fan back in the 90s, then there's probably the capacitor has gone bad. But I'll take a capacitor tester and see. And I'm gonna off camera. I'm gonna take the light off. I'm gonna take the capacitor out, and I am going to take a capacitor tester. And in the comments or the description, I'll tell you if the capacitor is spoiled or not. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Over and out.